Hello, what's up, Instagram Live? I am officially on day 9 out of my 10-day live challenge, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with myself. So today's live is going to be great like the rest of them, and we're going to do a really juicy topic as always. And today's topic is going to be all around the energy of you go first and the universe responds. This is something that has been true for me, and we've seen this true for other people. We've heard stories about this being true. I'm sure there's someone in your life that you've seen achieve a really big goal, and this has probably been true for them, is you are the one that gets to decide you're ready for your next level life, and then the circumstances come and show up for you, not the other way around. But this is what differentiates from the people who go out and create their dream life to the people who wait for their dream life. And if you're in that second category, you may be waiting a very long time. And what I want this live to do for you is show you that you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for the perfect circumstances, the perfect opportunity, the perfect lover. I don't know why that word made me giggle. The perfect partner, the perfect bank account, the perfect finances. Like, you don't have to wait for anything outside of yourself to decide that you're ready for your next level life. And I say this, as always, speaking from experience. I didn't wait for my external reality to reflect to me that I could be a 6-figure business owner. And if I was waiting for that, you guys, none of us would be here. None of us would be here listening to me right now, because that reality was just so far from the truth. Like, I couldn't have been further away from that being my reality if I tried. Like, it just wasn't real for me at the time. It just wasn't it wasn't in my external reality. However, I created it. I tapped into that energy. I became the version of me who can create a 6-figure business, and I did. And I am now here teaching other people how to do the same. But you are the one that makes the decision of for what life you desire and how long you want to give that life to come in. And you don't need to wait for things to be perfect. And this also is where it's like a little trap that we get into. And everyone does it, like myself included, because at the end of the day, if you're going after a really big, juicy goal, you have a good mind. You have a strong mind. And if you're a big dreamer and high achiever, you definitely have a mind that you trust for the most part. So when your mind is telling you, let's wait until next year, let's wait until the circumstances are better, let's wait until something else in my external reality reflects that it's time or that it's safe to make big moves now, if you're waiting for that, then you're missing out. You're missing out. But our brain will show us this, and we will rationalize it when we have a brilliant mind. We'll rationalize it. So we're all guilty of this to some degree. We will tell stories in our mind to be like, yes, waiting till next year totally seems like the better option, because now that I'm looking at my schedule, it's going to look way better till happening next year. We get so smart. We get so sneaky with the way that our mindset works. But the reality is, whatever we want to be, do, and have, we have the power right here and now to create it. If we have the thought, if we have the desire, if we have connection to that vision, then that's all we need to begin to put things into action and to get the ball moving, to get the energetic match created. Like, we have the power to do that. It's in our decision to want to do it. Now, I'm going to do 3 tiny little riffs on this topic. I love this topic. I love all the topics that I talk about, but I really love this topic because I have a plethora of examples around me going first and the universe responding over and over and over and over and over and over again that I could bore you with all day with my stories. The greatest frenemy in our lives is our mind. Yes, it is. It is, Josh. You are absolutely correct. It absolutely is. And it's so sneaky, and when you're aware of this and you catch yourself in motion, it's pretty funny. You can like literally catch yourself in real time trying to rationalize a thought behind not going after your big goal, or why it's not the best time right now, or why you should wait for an external circumstance to make it feel better for you right now. And when you catch yourself, you see it so clearly and you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize I was playing small. So it's definitely sneaky, happens to the best of us. No judgies. It is what it is. But your awareness around it is key. And also, hopefully through this live, you realize that you don't have to wait, that it gets to be a decision, that you have that much power, that you truly get to decide what type of life you want to live, how you want to feel in your life. And from that decision, you get to take action steps in the energy and go create it. Like, that's what we do here. That's what we do at Elevate 88. That's why I'm here, right? So, and if you're here, then you're probably on the same vibe. So I'm going to do these 3 little riffs around this topic. And the first riff is in the energy of yassa. Yassa. I love it. Love it, Josh. And thanks for joining. The first riff is life is responding to you. So your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, the way you think, feel, and be in your life is creating your current reality. Life is responding to you. And sometimes people don't love hearing that because maybe their life is not at a place where they are happy with. But I said this in a live just like a few days ago. This is brutal honesty and it's brutal awareness, but it'll set you free. If you just start to realize that life has been responding to you, your thoughts, beliefs, habits, emotions, feels, all the things. When you realize this and you take responsibility for this, it frees you because now you have the power to change it. If you continue to tell yourself the story that you are not in charge of your life and that your external reality is so far out of your control, if that is a story that is currently going on in your life, I encourage you to lean into that and disprove that for you so you can free yourself from that story, regain power over your life, and begin to make changes through your choices, actions, and decisions, and you will see results pretty quick. And some people, like one of my mentors says this line and I love it so much. It's results don't take time, they take alignment. Once you make this decision, once you make like this declarative decision to the universe, like the title, you go first and the universe responds. Once you tap into that and you say, I'm done. I am so ready to give myself the life I deserve. I'm so willing to do the things. I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to show up for myself more than I ever have in my life. When that energy starts to kick in, the universe hears you and things start moving and rearranging in the cosmos, and opportunities, people, places, events begin to start presenting themselves to you, and things get to change really fast. I have one of those stories where things changed really fast for me. I created a 6-figure business within 1 year. After my first course that I invested in, I finished with driving a Mercedes and moving into an upgraded apartment, and life changed really fast for me. But I was open for it. I was ready for it. I also was extremely fed up with how I felt in my life. So not only was I ready and open and willing for the change and to grow and to do the things to get to my next level, I was very, very certain and very sure that I was done in my current reality. Like that was like a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, I'm willing. I'm willing to move through the fire. I'm willing to be uncomfortable to get there, because right here, I am so over it. I'm so done. So there's 2 ways that you can get activated into your next level. One is you can be fed up. You can get to a place or a point in your life where you're like, fuck this. You can get there. Hi Arisha, I think is the way you say it. You can get to a place where you're done, where you're fed up. And this was what it was for me. This was my story in the beginning. And this has a lot of power to create incredible change. But being in breakdown isn't the only way to create real change in your life. I want to be clear on that. And I believe that. I don't believe that we have to continually break down and have problems in our life to rebuild and create the life that we want. Sometimes, yes, and it works for us and it is for our highest good. But other times you just get to decide. You just truly get to decide, I want better, I'm ready for better, and let's start making changes. One little shout out, Arisha. I don't know how to say it, but at Arisha. Okay, so this is the 2 ways that you get to create change, but how you decide to create change and what energy you decide to create it from doesn't necessarily matter. But I will say, when you are at that state of being fed up, being over it, being done with where you're at, change happens really quickly because of the willingness that you have to move, the willingness that you have to change. So if you're at a point in your life where you are not stoked, or you are just feeling frustrated, feeling over it, feeling burnt out, feeling fed up, if you're at a place like this, I want you to know that you can tap into something from this energy that is extremely powerful, because you have so much emotion around wanting the next phase, wanting the new era, wanting the next level for your life. There's so much emotion there because of how frustrated you are, that it literally is taking that emotion, refocusing it to what you do want, and with that intensity, it amplifies. So there's a pro. If you're feeling down in the dumps, there's a pro, because that energy realigned is an amplifier, and you will zoom to where you want to be. And that was the case for me. That was my story. And then I've constantly rebuilt, I've constantly realigned, I've constantly gone first and had the universe respond to me again and again and again. Sometimes it felt like I was in breakdown mode, but most of the time now, with where I'm at in my life, it's not anything close to a breakdown. Like, life is fine, life is good. I just get to decide, I'm available for more. And then I get clear on what that more is. I feel into what that more is. I make an action step in alignment to that more, and I move. I make moves, and the universe responds. I basically just went through my entire steps in that one little sentence. But the first point here was, your life is responding to you. So the awareness around this and the willingness to change this is such a big moment. It is such a big moment in your life. And if you do follow through with this, you're going to tell this story for a very long time, and you're going to remember it. You're going to look back and be like, damn, look at what I did. Look at what I did. Look at how I moved. Look at how courageous I was. Please tell me you have a podcast. I don't have a personal podcast, but I do have a podcast with one of my besties, which, on that topic, a new episode just came out today, and the podcast is called Downright Dreaming. And we have an Instagram, Downright Dreaming. It's me and my co-host Kate, and we talk about all things next level life, creating your best self, and going after big goals and dreams. We also talk a lot about relationships, a lot of girl talk, a lot of giggles, but I don't have a personal podcast. I guess I'm just going to project onto Instagram and maybe just start chatting on here. But I appreciate that. Thank you. So now we know, I'm just going to pretend, now we've all heard me purely in our body. You've heard me say life is responding to you, and you feel it. I believe it. I believe it. So now the work is in building the belief that what you want is possible for you. And I have multiple ways that I teach this around building belief and building your, building your confidence around your belief, building your confidence around what your next level life is. I have a whole course on it, actually, called Made for This. It's my confidence course, but that'll be in my little summer boot camp bundle, so that'll be coming. But it is available now. I have a lot of ways that I build confidence in my next level life and build my belief to back it and build my energy up to back it so I can go create it. I have a lot of ways. However, the first thing that I want to tap into on this, or the riff that I want to do on this around the belief, is you get to make so much change in literally just your decision for more. Now, I have a story that I want to share with this. I literally put in my notes, e.g. story. My notes are a mess. They're absolute chaos. I don't even really look at them, to be honest, because I can't read them. So that's nice. My story around that I want to share around this in the how big making a decision gets to be, and how impactful just making a decision that you're ready for the next level life gets to be, and what decision you make, how quickly things can change for you. So I'd been making big, bold moves since I began my business last January. It was investment after showing up, after doing the things, after moving through fear, after finding courage, finding confidence, doing all the things. You guys, I really need you to understand, everything that I teach you guys is not just something I learned in a course and I'm blah, 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 just telling you. I'm telling you things that I've been through I have learned from experience. I have taken this knowledge, taken this information, implemented it into my own life again and again and again and again and again and again, and had results again and again and again. Nothing that I tell you is from anything that's just in a book that I've read and I'm coming at you with. I'm telling you things that are real, that I have real tangible results that you can see all through my Instagram account, or even just ask me about something. I teach from experience because that's the only way you can teach. Well, that's the only way you can teach from an authentic and integrity place, I think. But anyway, I'm teaching from experience that this moment in my life, so I've been investing in doing crazy things and crazy moves, showing the universe I was ready for my next level life again all the time. And last year in November, when I invested in the year-long mastermind I'm in with my mentor, which was a $45,000 investment. And right before I did that, I was obviously freaking out, super stressed, felt crazy. And from my external reality, I felt like I was losing my mind a little and maybe I had a screw loose. I was for realsies like, am I okay that I'm considering that? But I could feel it in my body, you know, like I could feel I'd been declaring this next level self again and like over and over again. And then the opportunity came into my life. It presented itself to me. And I know these feelings. I know when something's a yes. I can feel a zing in my body. Like I can feel like a zing, like my body lights up. It's not just like, oh, I'm interested. That would be cool. That would be nice. It's like my body's like, yeah, we're doing it. We're going. We're doing the damn thing. So I invested in my mentorship. I invested in the year-long mastermind. And what happened here was something that I'd never experienced before. And the reason why I experienced this, what I'm going to share with you, so clearly and so deeply was because of how big this jump was, how big this leap that I just made was, how big this like stretch was for me. Like I was up against my edge and I freaking like dove in head first into my next level and hope I could swim with no floaties. That's how it felt. Because this was so big, I felt something that I never felt this deeply, and that was as soon as I made the payment. As soon as I made the payment, I sent it through. I had to call my bank because they wouldn't let me send that amount of money. But I called my bank. They finally upped my limit. I sent the money. Everything in my life felt different, but nothing in my life had physically changed. Now, I want to be clear about this. I was sitting right here on this couch, and as soon as I made the decision that this was a yes, sent the payment, I decided this was a yes. I decided this gets to be my new reality. I decided that every dollar spent in alignment to me gets to double and triple, quadruple, because it's in alignment to my vision. That's my belief around it, around investments to myself. If I'm spending money and it's for my highest good and it's for my growth, then it will come back to me multiple times over. So that is my belief. I was anchoring into all the shit that I share with you guys because I was freaking out. I was journaling. I was doing my damn thing. I sent the payment. I was still here on this couch. And in that split second that I sent the payment, everything felt different. I felt different. I had just invested $45,000 in my future, in me, in my business. I was now someone who shows up at that level. And I felt that. I felt this instant shift. I felt this instant jump in timeline. I was like, I'm operating at a new level instantly. My whole DNA, like everything felt different. How I started to show up, how I started to talk about myself, how I started to talk with my clients, how I coached my clients, how I started to sell offers, what offers I created, how I lived my day to day, how I felt in my day. Everything felt different right off the bat. But nothing in my external reality had changed. Now, what happened here and how I know that this feeling is bigger than how I know our energy is so much more and holds so much more truth than our external reality is because 3 days later, I had a $31,000 day. And that wasn't real. That wasn't possible for me days ago. I didn't even believe in things like that happening for me days ago. So the fact that I felt this shift in timeline, I had invested at a whole new level. So I did jump timelines energetically, but then physically my world changed. I did physically have a jump in timelines. Like my business just went boom, like 3 days later. So you go first, people. You go first and the universe responds. And here's what I want to say about this. It's not going to seem logical. It's not going to make sense. it's not going to feel safe. And I want to use that word. Actually, let me use a different word because that can be misconstrued. It's not going to feel logical. It's not going to make sense. And it's not going to feel comfortable. That's a better word. It's not going to feel comfortable. But if it did make sense, feel logical, and feel comfortable, I would question, is this even a stretch? I would question, is this even going to push me to my next level if it feels comfortable? If something feels comfortable, then is it even pushing me? Is it even growing me? Am I growing at all? If I don't feel like the, Now granted, mine was a big Not everyone needs to go doing crazy things like that, but it felt right for me. That was the right move for me. It was the right move for me. And I felt it. I felt it in my body. I trusted the pull. I trusted the feeling I had. I trusted my intuition, and it paid off. And because of that jump, because of that stretch, it immediately moved me into my next level self, and it collapsed time. I quantum leaped. Why? Because I decided I was ready for more. Like I said earlier in this live, results don't take time. Results don't take time. They take alignment. I was making moves. I was showing up. I was feeling, being, speaking, acting, thinking, believing, doing all the things in alignment to someone who was an energetic match for a $31,000 day. So that's what I had. 3 days prior, was I there? No. No, I was not. I was not a match for that. Like, who I was then and who I was in the moment that it happened was a different me. But it was through my decision, it was through my action, it was through me deciding I'm ready for that level, and through me making an action step and following through with that energy, with that choice, with that decision, following through and making moves. And that was the result. So I basically have riffed on all of these things. The first riff that I wanted to do, which I already did, was your life is responding to you. Did that. Then I wanted to talk about belief in our next level vision, having to believe in it first. Talked about that. Then I talked about it's in the decision. Everything can change in just your decision. Spoke about that. And then my next riff that I was going to do was follow it up with an action step. But I basically did that too. So that is the moves, you guys. That is the deal. Like, you don't need to wait. No matter what your life looks like right now, truly, like, I want you to, like, just close your eyes wherever you're at. Like, take a deep breath. And I want you to, like, hear me. No matter what your life looks like right now, things get to change. And things get to change really fast. And things will change. And things will evolve. And you will evolve. And you will always be okay. No matter where you're at, no matter what you're navigating right now, no matter what you're moving through, no matter what phase of your life you're in, no matter how big your dream feels to you right now, you will get there. I believe in you so much because I have been able to make these almost, like, to me, manifestations that didn't seem possible so many times. And through me having these experiences and then teaching my clients and witnessing them have these experiences, I'm like, I believe in all of us. I know we can do this. I know whatever goal you have, I know whatever big dream you have is possible for you. The fact that you have that dream, the fact that you can vision that dream, the fact that you feel excited about that dream, I have no doubt that it is on its way, It is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. What you do in the time frame between who you are today and who you want to be matters. What you do between who you are today and who you want to be is important. And you get to be the one who decides what you do, how you do it, and how you want to feel while you create your dream life. This is the energy of you go first and the universe responds. Because we're the powerful creators of our own life. We are in the driver's seat. We're in the driver's seat. And I made a post about this the other day when I was wrapping up Turn Your Passion Into Your Paycheck, which just started. And it's so good. It's only been a few days in week 1. And everyone is freaking thriving. It's awesome. And I'm so excited to run this course multiple times. So that'll be coming up. Round 2 will be in a few months. But when I was wrapping that up, I literally wrote, "You're welcome, Josh. Thanks for joining." while I was wrapping up that launch and closing that launch, I wrote, you're in the driver's seat. You have your foot is on either the gas or the brake. And you get to decide when you get to take your foot off the gas. But what I will say is don't put your foot on the brake. Like, you can slow down, but don't stop. Don't quit. You can go all in and you can slow down and you can speed up and slow down and speed up and slow down all you want. And you should, because having your foot heavy throttle on the gas can be overwhelming. And we get to stabilize and recalibrate to a new normal of our life. And that requires us to settle into the new life, settle into the new energy, settle into the new beliefs. That requires time. So we do get to slow down, but don't put your foot on the brake. Don't put your foot on the brake. Don't make me come out there and take your foot off the brake. Quitting or putting your foot on the brake just holds you back. Think about yourself driving on a freeway, trying to get to your destination. And if you kept going, accelerator, brake, how long is it going to take you to get to where you want to be? But what if you just did accelerator, take your foot off completely and just let yourself roll? Accelerator, let yourself roll. Accelerator, let yourself roll. Versus foot brake. You're going to get to where you want to be way quicker than you would if you kept pumping the brakes. So don't put the foot on the brakes. Get the support you need. Hire the mentor. Join the mastermind. Get in the group container. Invest in yourself. Get into the environments that inspire you to want to show up for yourself, that inspire you and have evidence everywhere by the people who are in those environments of things that you're desiring being possible, because they've got it. Your mentor has it. She's created it. He's created it. They've done it. Put yourself in these environments that inspire you and help you stay in the vibe naturally without you feeling like you have to do it all yourself, because you don't. I sure as hell did not do this shit by myself. I am not where I am today because I chose to do this by myself. No, absolutely not. I've had mentorship every step of the way, and that has been my journey. That was a choice. Do I believe it's the only way to create insanely successful businesses or create your dream life? No, it's not. But it was the way I did, and it was an easy accelerator, and I know that to be true. Anyway, I think this is it. Oh, before I get off here, I just today, at the time of this recording, so if you're catching this in like months, I don't know if it's still here, but today at the time of this recording, I just realized that we are in June, which is halfway through the year. Kind of wild. And I've put out my 2023 pre-game, which is a 3-module course where I teach you my process of gaining clarity around my goal, overcoming the limiting beliefs and fears that are around that goal, and holding the energy of that goal, holding the vibe of that goal while I turn it into reality. It's a 3-module course. And I have put it on sale today to help you reconnect with your goal halfway through the year, reconnect to those New Year's goals that we had, and get yourself set up to accelerate yourself through the end of the year. It is usually only $111, which is still kind of wild. But today, and for however long I feel, it's up in my stories currently, but also in my Linktree for $22. You can get all 3 modules for $22 today, and it's yours forever to have and to hold. So that is up there. Go get that because it's amazing, and it's only $22 and it'll change your life, you know. But anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for being here with me today. If you feel like this resonated with you and you had a breakthrough, comment below, slide in my DMs, tell me all about it, tell me all the things. And my last live of my 10-day challenge is tomorrow, and I am proud of myself. All right, I'm ranting. Bye, you guys.